Sit it, ta 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 ta. Sit it, ta 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 ta. Chicka 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 ta. Zoom ta 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 doom ta doom ta doom doom ta 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 doom ta doom ta doom doom ta 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 doom ta doom doom doom. It's Titan in the morning. Zibba dibba ta ta doom ta doom ta ta doom ta doom ta. Sibba dibba ta ta doom ta doom ta ta doom ta doom doom doom. Sibba dibba da to doom to doom da to doom to doom doom to doom to doom doom. Sibba dibba da boom 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 boom. Titan in the morning. Sibba dibba da doom to doom da. Do 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 da do 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 do. It's Titan in the morning. Zip it doop. It's Titan in the morning. Zip it doop. It's Titan in the morning. It's Titan in the morning. Zip it doop. Titan in the morning. Hi, my name is Titan Capri. I am a Black gay man living with HIV and celebrating 20 years of thriving in my diagnosis. Titan in the Morning is an inclusive space for your morning wake up. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. We come in and we say good morning because we love all the O's and R's and INGs. Then we grab our cups, put the topic in the cups, and then we sip. You will get a space and a place where you can be who you are just the way God made you, along with some breathwork breathing. And not to mention some movement with the Titans groove. Sit it, ta 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 ta. So come on in to this inclusive, brave, and safe space where we like to say good morning to our village, tribe, gang, and chosen family. The place to be is right here with me. I will see you there. Good morning. Hold on. Wait, I don't know what what just happened right then, right there. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me wet my whistle. Let me wet the whistle. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh, that's it right there. Good morning. Yeah, y'all saw I had to wet the whistle in order for me to get it out correctly for y'all this morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Y'all know what today is. Y'all know what we do. Y'all know every Tuesday and Thursday, it's Titan in the morning. I want y'all to come on and come talk to me this morning. Come on and come talk to me this morning. This morning, we're talking about the unconventional advocate, right? That's what we're going to do this morning. This is what we're going to talk about this morning. So y'all come on in. Y'all tell a friend. Tell them to come on in and come join in and do all the good stuff and all the great stuff that they want to do this morning. Y'all with me this morning? Okay, come through. Come on, comments. Come talk to me this morning. Hey, Mama Tana, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Hey, Fifth Element, good morning. I like all of that carrying on. Show me some hearts this morning. Right back at you this morning. Right back at you. Look, let me tell y'all something. You woke up this morning. That's what I want to tell y'all. You woke up this morning. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a moment and I want you to say good morning to yourself. Can we do that this morning? I want you to say good morning to yourself. But here's the thing, though. This is instructional, right? We're going to instruct a couple of things this morning. What you do is you say good morning, but you don't say just good morning. You say good morning. And then you let all those O's and R's and INGs transfer into the comments. So when you type all those O's and R's and INGs, because what we're doing this morning, we're saying good morning to ourselves, right? Now, everybody else may say good morning to you. They may say good morning here, good morning there, good morning everywhere. But this morning, I want you to take a moment and I want you to say good morning to yourself. And I want you to make it just as rich and nice and great. You feel me? The way that you feel it. Just like that. Exactly. And then when you put it in the comments, I want you to type it out like that. Y'all heard me? Good morning. Good morning to you. Okay, good morning. Hey, Angela. Good morning. morning. I love all those O's and R's and INGs. I love it. Look, y'all, let me tell y'all something. Y'all see this microphone is just sitting right here. I know my hand is on it. I know. Y'all see the microphone? Okay. Look, y'all know what happens when the microphone come out. So I'm feeling good this morning, right? I'm feeling good. Let me put a little Arctic wind on me. Let me put a little Arctic wind on me real quick, and we're gonna get this thing started. That's what we're gonna do. Whew, yeah. I'm a little warm this morning. Okay. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Can we do it? Can we do it? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I know. That's what you said. I know. Look, the microphone popped out, and that's just what it is. Y'all ready for it? Can we do it? Hold on. Let me wet my whistle real quick. Let me wet. Me. Hold on. There it is. The microphone's sitting right here. So we just gonna do what it do. We're gonna do it in a Janet Jackson way. Can we do it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit it ta 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 ta. Sit it ta 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 ta. So it's Titan in the morning. 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 You say good morning. So good morning. Let me see if I can get it. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. It's Titan in the morning, y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Good morning. I want y'all to say good morning to yourself like you mean it, right? Because you are the prize. You are it. It starts with you. And if you don't tell yourself good morning, then your day might not be what you want it to be. You feel me? Hey, Leon. Good morning. Hey, Leon. Good to see you. I ain't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Hey, Lucy Lou. Thank you so much. Lucy Lou say, love it. Great start to the day. Good morning, sugar. She called me sugar. You feel what I'm saying? She called me sugar. You know I love a little sugar. Love a little sugar, especially in my coffee. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Oh, that was good. Mm-hmm. Hey, Lucy Lou. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, good morning, Q. Good morning. Q said, good morning, sunshine. I love you. I love you back, baby. I love you back. I need to lay eyes on you real soon. I don't know what's going on, baby. Everything changing in the world, but I need to see you. I need to lay eyes on you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, good morning. Good morning, Queen. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Alexis Paris. Good morning. Queen said, good morning. I love it. I love it. Y'all show me all those O's and R's and INGs. You know, we love it. Hey, Alexis Paris. Hey, good morning to you. Okay. Yes, it. Yes, it. Come on and come talk to me this morning. That's all you got to do. That's all you got. Thank you so much for the gifts and the likes. Okay, y'all, let's go ahead and pay the bills, right? That's what we got to do this morning. Y'all go ahead on and tippity tap the middle of that screen. TikTok, let me know that you are in. I got a goal with over there of some gifts. If y'all can do a little something for me. Hey, Ricarius, good morning. Good morning to you. Show me some thumbs ups. Show me some likes, follows, and shares, and all of that good stuff. Now, y'all know I'm Titan Capri on all social media. All you got to do is get there. That's all you got to do. Type it in. TITAN Capri, as in the pants. Okay, come on. That's all you got to do. Now, look. While y'all are over there doing that tippity tap in the middle of that screen, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Insta, Podbean, X, all of that. Y'all show me some thumbs up, show me some hearts, show me some love. Now do this for me. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. Invite a friend over. Y'all know I like it. You know, the family. You know what I'm saying? Invite a friend over. Hey, Miss Gwen, good morning. Y'all know I love all those O's and R's and INGs. Y'all come through. You know what? I want to say thank you to you all. I want to say this because when I'm out in them streets, yeah, I said streets. When I'm out there in them streets, y'all be coming up to me saying good morning, and I love it. And I love it, right? And I love it. So thank you all. Hold on. That's it right there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, thank you so much, Vicarious. Thank you so much. Y'all tell a friend. Y'all, I'm over here out here in these streets trying to promote and push and pull and do all that. Oh, my bad, my bad. You know, I don't know if y'all know that song, Push. 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 Okay, okay, okay. Some of y'all might not know that. Y'all might not know that. Hey, the King HNIC. Good morning. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Come on, Fist. Good morning. Good morning to you all. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead. Let's show all the love. Give me the thumbs up. Show me the hearts. Like, follow, share, do all of that good stuff. Titan Capri on all social media. So we're gonna get that right there. We're gonna come back when we do the commercials and stuff, and then we'll talk about all that good stuff. Now, this morning we're talking about the unconventional advocate, right? This morning we're talking about the unconventional advocate, right? Now, y'all, I know y'all are probably saying Titan, and Titan saying, like, what does this mean? What's been happening is that, yeah, what had been happening? What's been happening is that I've been going into spaces and places where people are asking the question, how do you advocate, right? What type of advocate am I? Do I fit into the advocacy space? And I want to tell you this, everybody is an advocate in some form, shape, or fashion. We're just going to hold that right there. Everybody is an advocate in some form, shape, or fashion, right? But the key to being an advocate is that you got to know what you're advocating for. Where do you stand? What's your power? What's your position? And what's your purpose in this advocacy field of what you're doing, right? Now, it doesn't have to be advocacy for my HIV advocacy. It doesn't have to be for my LGBTQIA plus community. It doesn't have to be for my Black community. It doesn't have to be for my fathers that are out there. It doesn't have to be for the brothers. And so whatever your advocacy is, right? We just want to make sure that you know where you're at, right? So we want to talk about that this morning. And this morning, y'all know I always come back to the 3 Ps. We're going to talk about the power, position, and purpose of your advocate. Now, people have said to me, they said, Titan, and I said, they said, that's not going to work. You can't do that. That's beyond what we should be doing. I contacted them once, so that should be enough, right? They told me I was unconventional because I wasn't conventional. They told me that it wouldn't work, that it wouldn't translate to radio, that it wouldn't translate to my people, that my village, my tribe, my gang, and my chosen family would not understand my advocacy. Oh, hold on. No. Hold on. Stay right there. Stay right there because you know I'm coming with something. So, y'all, I want to talk to you this morning because what we have done is we have put advocacy in a box and we've said that you can't go outside of that box. And Titan has been outside the box since the very beginning. And that's where we're at this morning. On Saturday, I had the honor and privilege of presenting a advocacy training. I don't want to say training because I feel it was just a conversation. I wanted to talk with the group about advocacy, right? Because advocacy starts where? With you, period. You can go outside and you can go up over there. You can climb the mountain, go around the hill and down the backside for everybody else. But if you're not advocating for yourself in the very beginning of this, right? Then you're not doing it. You're not doing it. You're just going through the motions because I don't know who, what, when, where, or how I'm going to advocate for others, for all of those communities out there, if I can't advocate for myself. Yeah, that's how we starting that this morning. Look, I'm telling y'all, what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna be about it this morning. Y'all know I can't tell y'all nothing I don't know myself. But this morning we're talking about the unconventional advocate. But before I became the unconventional advocate, I had to understand who I was advocating for. And y'all know that normally something happens to us that sends us down this road. Something happens to us that causes us to be an advocate for other things or for things that we think are missing or we don't see or the inequities. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all with me this morning? Okay. Look, okay, look, we ain't gonna play with it this morning. We're gonna tell them just like the TI is, okay? Okay. Hey, Keisha, good morning. Now, Keisha, you know I love all those O's and R's and INGs. That's what I'm talking about. Look at them. They're just going all the way across the screen. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Q, she said truth, baby, truth. That's all we do around this campus, truth. Hold on, I'm fanning just a little bit because that coffee is real warm this morning, okay? That coffee is real warm. Q said the devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. Okay, look, okay. Keisha says, show you right. Yes. Okay, look, that's what we're doing. And yes. All right, y'all. So let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it this morning. Look, I'm going to bring up a little something this morning because, yeah, look at what we doing this morning, baby. Look at what we doing this morning. Yes. If I were you, I would say. Okay, hold on. Let me do it this way. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Wait. No, I don't want you to do that. Wait, hold on. So did it just like stop on me? Oh, that's not what we doing. Okay, y'all. So it don't want me to be great, but hold on. So let me tell you what I know when I know what I know. Okay? There's more than one way for me to get you on the way you need to be. And that's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna put you right up there, just like that. All right, y'all. So we're gonna talk about it. Advocacy. That's what we're gonna talk about. Hold on. Y'all gonna let me be great this morning. That's what y'all gonna do. Hold on. Y'all gonna let me be great. Okay, can I get it up over there? Is it bigger? Wait a minute. We look, baby, we're gonna work it out with y'all this morning. Okay, look, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty. Okay, that's what we're gonna do this morning. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get it together. We got it together now. We got it on up. We're gonna make sure because what we're not gonna do, we're not gonna stop this train from rolling. Y'all stay with me. Y'all stay with me. Y'all stay with me. Okay. That's what we're gonna do this morning. Look, I'm just gonna do it all at one time, and y'all with me this morning. We just gonna take a little second, okay? So look, right now, what we're talking about advocacy. That's what we're talking about this morning. Advocacy, right? And so I want to do this. This is what I want to do this morning. Yes, this is what I want to do this morning. We're gonna talk about advocacy. So I did a little research. What I mean by putting a little something into the search engine. And this is what I did, right? So, in order for me to know what advocacy is, or in order for me to understand what advocacy is, I had to go, right? I had to go and check it out, right? Y'all with me? Y'all stay with me because this is what I say to people all the time. Like, we got to know what it is that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We got to know what it is that we are doing. And if we don't know what it is that we're doing, then we need to find out. Can y'all say that? Okay, y'all with me this morning? All right. All right. Okay. All right. So let's talk about advocacy. Okay. Now, advocacy. No, stay with me. Stay with me. All right. So, advocacy is the act of supporting a cause or proposal through through various actions designed to inform and influence others. This is the part of advocacy that I like. an activity to influence decisions within political, economic, and social institutions. So all I did was did a little search. I said, well, advocacy, what's the definition? Simple, right? Simple. But you got to know what your advocacy is. What's your advocacy? Right? What's your advocacy? Supporting the cause or proposal through various actions. Okay? All right, so now let's talk about it. We wanted to know what your advocacy is. What is advocacy? What you're advocating for? And then you have to start with your community. Now, here you go, right? I said you got to start with yourself, right? Now, right now, something, and let's just picture it, right? Let's just, you know what? I'm going to just use myself. I'm going to just use myself. That's our statements this morning. So I was diagnosed, right, with AIDS, only having 4 T cells, right? And so I didn't understand what advocacy was because I didn't think that I needed to advocate for me at all, right? I thought that I was a lost cause, that I was done, and there was no need for me to advocate, right? Y'all know my story because I've talked about it before. But in this advocacy field, sometimes what we do is we think we're advocating for someone else, or we're advocating for those that can't advocate for themselves. But in reality, we are advocating for ourselves, for us, because something has happened to us. And now we are on the front line. We're on the forefront, and we're saying that we're an advocate. Or somebody has bestowed upon you the unconventional advocate. Y'all, so this is what I was wondering. Okay, I'm out here fighting. I'm out here on the front line, but what am I fighting for? It had to be me, right? It had to be me first. There was something that was missing in this world that I live in, on this journey that I'm on, that I didn't see, that I felt needed to be present and accounted for. And in this journey and in this world that I'm living in, the thing that needed to be present and accounted for was me. Okay, all right. I'm gonna hold off for a second. Because I need y'all to talk to me this morning, right? I need y'all to talk to me this morning. Have you ever found yourself out here advocating for something and you don't have a connection to it because you're not advocating for yourself within advocating for others? I can't come and rescue you I can't come and rescue the cause and the people and the places and stuff if I can't rescue myself. If I can't start the healing process on self. Oh, I'm going to leave that right there just for a second, just so that y'all get that. No. So here's the thing. I'm not trying to tell you what you should and shouldn't do, but I'm saying that any equation that doesn't have you as a common denominator, right, it's not an equation for you. That's a little math. If your Y or your X is not you, it's not for you. You get me? If pi r squared, it's not for you. If the algorithm is not benefiting you, then it's not going to work. And I know some of you are probably saying, because this is what people have said, oh, well, Titan, that's a little selfish. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? And this is what we know. Faith without work is dead. Prayer without work is dead. Where does it start? Where does the faith and the prayer start with you? I just said it, you. You feel me? So y'all, this is where we start. All right. Y'all with me this morning? There has to be healing. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Queen said there has to be healing to resolve for self before moving on to help or do for anyone else. And that part, this is what we do, y'all. This is what we do. And I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna use the I statement. I thought, because I was raised in church, that my job was to do God's work. And my thought process, my energy, all of that was for me to do God's work. And God's work was for me to save other people, to be Captain Saver. I'm talking about, this is I statement. This is me talking, right? Right. And that's what I thought. So by any means necessary, I saved those people. You with me? I sometimes was trying to save people that didn't even need to be saved, that didn't want to be saved. I was on the journey because I knew what God put me on this earth to do, right? Y'all with me this morning? So I was advocating for them. I was advocating for them. I was advocating for them. And then in the middle of the sauce, I was lost. In the middle of the sauce, I was lost because I did not advocate for myself. I didn't advocate for myself. So we're going to start this advocacy, right? Who are you advocating for? Number one, what is advocacy? That's what we're going to do. Mama Tana said, if you don't advocate for self, how can I be an advocate for others? And that's key. How can you do it? But then here's the thing, though. You don't even know what advocacy is. You don't even know the definition, right? And I said, at the very least, you should know, right? At the very least, you should know the definition of advocacy. At the very least, you should know. Y'all with me this morning? All right, now here's the thing, because we're gonna move, y'all. We're gonna move. We got the time is ticking, but we're in this morning. The unconventional advocate, right? So the next slide says, who is in your community? And I think a lot of times what we do, y'all, we see a cause on TV, in the news, we see a cause in the newspaper, magazines, we see that, and we want to go run for it. But wait a minute, hold on. How am I going to do a cause for something that's 155,000 miles away, and I can't even, who's in my community? Can I advocate for them? Who's in my very community? When I walk outside my door, and am I advocating for them? When I go into these spaces and places, these people are next to me, right around me. Who's in my community? Oh, that's what we're talking about this morning, because me being the unconventional advocate, I had to understand where I stood. I had to understand where I planted my feet. I had to understand where I lay my head. Who's in your community? Now, number one, we talked about advocacy. We talked about the definition, but we talked about that advocacy starts with you. Now, here we go. Number two, who's in your community? Who's in your community? Have you ever seen somebody that advocates for someone across the pond, but won't even advocate for the very person that's up on the bus stop, or the person up on the corner, or the person that you know round the corner, down the hill, that needs a little something? Have you ever needed someone so bad? I mean, who's in your community? Who's in it? Y'all, you need to be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of your surroundings. I got to know who's in my community. Who am I advocating for? And the second part to that is, how do you serve and support them? How do you serve and support them? Do you show up? Do you show out? Do you go to meetings? Do you go to town halls? Do you just show up and sit and listen? You feel me? Do you say, let's go grab a bite to eat? Because y'all know I'm good with that. Y'all know I'm good with that. Who's in your community? And how do you serve and support them? I'm coming to the unconventional advocate part. Y'all, we ain't lost. We got to do a little assignment, a little teach back first. But y'all know where I'm at. Stay with me. Okay? Advocacy. We defined it, and where does it start? It starts with me. Right? It starts with me. Now we need to know Who am I advocating for? Who's in your community? Uh-huh. What are the barriers? What are the disparities? Who's in my community? And how do you serve and support them? Y'all, I can't be an advocate for somebody if I don't know nothing about them. And notice what I said. I said serve and support. Because y'all, it doesn't always mean that you got to be out here holding the flag doing this. A lot of times your service is sitting right there and advocating them through, guiding them, right? Sometimes your service to your community is to walk them through to make sure that they are good and what's happening. Sometimes your service and your community and the way you can support them is to know places and spaces that are great and good for the community, that are welcoming, that are inclusive. Sometimes your service and your support is you identifying, right, places where people can go and get those resources. You understand what I'm saying? Because people will tell you, oh, you got to do it like this. Oh, you got to do it like that. Well, I'm going to tell y'all on the real and straight up, Titan went the other way. Titan went the other way. Even though people told me don't go that way, I was saying when I was diagnosed with AIDS, when I found out I only had 4 T cells, when I was laying in that hospital bed with them tubes running in and out of me, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know who was my advocate. I didn't know that. And y'all, and that was 20 years ago, but it's still the same thing today. When I stand up and I'm talking about my community, I'm talking about my community as a whole. But y'all, I got to know who's in my community. I must know how do I serve them? Is me over here barking and rearranging furniture every chance I get? Is that serving my community? Me over here talking with the big words and people can't understand me? Is that serving my community? Right? If me supporting them is making sure that I sign on, that I go to the Capitol, that I advocate and all of that, is that me serving, supporting them? But then here's the other part. Y'all, I do a lot of advocacy on the back end. I call people up. Hey, what you doing? How you feeling? Hey, I just want to lay eyes on you. Let's go grab something to eat. Right? Or hey, let's meet here and grab some coffee or something. Are you okay with that? Right? Or hey, can I just come over and we just have a conversation? How do you serve and support your community? Okay. All right. Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed. Mama Tana said, community must see you and you build trust with community to help when needed. And that's something right there, Mama Tana. So y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. I am an advocate, but Mama Tana has been one on the side over here. She's been the pusher and the puller and the uplifter. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times what we don't know is that one way you can support your community is by knowing who's in your community, by just being present. Ain't that right, Mama Tana? Just being present. So you have to be in the room. You have to be at the table. You got to be in the midst of it all. Sometimes in order to understand. I can't come to you and tell you that this is going to be great for you, and I have not sat down. I ain't laid down. I ain't had coffee. We ain't went out to eat or nothing for me to even know what your plight is. How do I serve and support you? I don't know, but I'm finna go over here and throw money at it. And I'm finna say this at Pride Month. And I'm finna do this for the Black folks. And I'm finna do this for the fathers and the mothers. And I'm finna do this for my trans sisters and brothers. And I'm finna do this for gender non-conforming. I'm finna do this because I don't know what cis really mean. And I don't know cisgendered. And there's not another gender and a gender and a what. I don't know none of this. Y'all, how do I support and serve my community? And I'm saying this because y'all, in this current climate, there's a slew of new advocates coming through. They are watching us and they're saying, how do I support you? I want to do what you do. Somebody said to me on Saturday, Titan, this is what I want to do. And I said, as long as you are authentic about who you are, right? You know what you're advocating for, and you are true to self, you're going to go far. That's why they said I was the unconventional advocate, because I was different. Y'all, I sat there and I watched. The people were trying to support me throughout my diagnosis and my treatment, but I felt left out. I felt left out. I didn't know what my community was. And to be honest, part of my community had been nasty to me before I was diagnosed. So after I was diagnosed, I wasn't rolling up over there with them. Why would I do that? But sometimes we have tunnel vision. Sometimes we think that that's community. Y'all, I want to tell y'all something. I got a village, a tribe, a gang, and a chosen family. And let me tell y'all something. It's vast. Some of us are down in the ditch and covered in mud, and some of us are up on that hilltop singing. Oh, some of us are up there. But let me tell you something. My village, my tribe, my gang go all the way from the top, all the way down to the bottom and in between. That's because I know my community. And if I don't know my community, I'm going to come in and ask the question, who are you? How can I support you? What do you do? Where are you at? You feel what I'm saying? Now, y'all, everything ain't for me. So let me say that, because a lot of things are not my ministry. But let me tell y'all something about my community and how to support and serve your community. I know somebody that knows somebody. I know somebody that knows somebody that can get me to where I need to be. I know if you need testing, I know where to send you to get tested. I know if you need mental health services, I know somebody that you can send you over. I can get you a referral. If you need medication and treatment and things, I know where to go. But here's the thing. If you need yoga, a sound bath, if you need some open mic, some creativity, I know where to send you. I know somebody that knows somebody. If you need a drop-in center, if you need a place where you can go where people look like you and are in the same things that you're into, I know somebody. Who is in your community? And how do you serve and support them? I'm gonna pause just for a second. Y'all, we're gonna get to this next part, and then I'm gonna hit the commercials. Cause y'all, I swear for God, they already looking at me cray. All right. So y'all, this is the part that I want to talk about. This is something that I believe, this is something that I feel is essential to the work that you do, to being an advocate. And a lot of times we say that it's unconventional, right? Because we're not going down what we know. We're not doing the things that they did before. We're taking what they took, we're taking what they had, and then what we're doing is we're changing it, right? We're altering it to make sure. Okay, Keisha talking about show do, okay, that part. So we're making sure that it's open and it's broad enough for those people to come in. But here's what I said at SOS on the main stage. This is what I said. I said that we're going to vet you. My Aunt Sandy was here just last weekend, and she said on the stage, she said the same thing. She said, baby, they're going to check you because they don't know you. And people always say, oh, well, the alphabet community, this is what people said, not me. The alphabet community always have an agenda, and they don't want to let you in, and they don't want to do that because you all have hurt us coming into our community saying that you want to help, but you didn't want to help with us in mind. You wanted to throw money at it. You wanted to throw eyes on it. You want to throw media on it, but you're not solving any issues in our community. So yes, we are going to vet you. Yes, we're going to stand there and look at you cockeyed. Yes, we're going to stand there and be like, what you doing? And yes, you may come to us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times trying to get into the community, and we're not letting you in until we know who you are, because we've been burnt before. We've been done wrong before. Right? And I don't know anybody that's going to look and say that you should not check a brother or sister or another. You should not check the credentials of this person that's trying to come into your fold or to your ecosystem. Because we already know. You feel me? We already know what happens. When you let something into your house, your spirit, your essence, it will run amok if you have not set the boundaries and if you have not set the expectations. Advocacy. What is advocacy? Right? Hey, the king, good morning. The king said, good morning, positive king. Yes, my crown on my head. Right? Advocacy. We need to know what advocacy is. What's the definition? We got the definition, right? Then what community? Who's in your community? Right? And then how do you serve and support them? Now, here's the piece, y'all. Here's the piece that I want to make sure that we good on. Keisha said that part. You are what? Who are you, and who has brought you to the door? I'm gonna say that again, Keisha, because I kind of chopped that up a little bit right there. That part. Who are you? And who brought you to the door? Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. A lot of times, what we do, we invite people in. We let people in, right, by proxy. Because you know somebody that knows somebody. So you know how it is when you're getting into the club and then you coming in and they like at the door, they were like, who you know? Oh, I'm with such and such. Right? You feel me? So I'm saying to you this morning, I know who I am. I've already vetted you. Before I ever bring you to my community, before I ever bring you to my safe space, my brave space, before I ever curate something and invite you in, I've already vetted you. I've made sure, because what I don't want to do ever is to re-traumatize my community over something. Who's in your community? And how do you support and serve them? And this is how you do that. This next part right here. Y'all still with me this morning? Y'all still with me? Come on, talk to me. Okay. I'm going to pause just for a second. Talk to me. Queen said, advocacy is not simple as people attempt to make it. True advocacy is selfless act of service. Indeed it is. But what I'm going to do here, and this is, and Queen is correct in this, but I'm about to tell y'all something right now that's going to shut it all down and let it be what it is. A lot of times we feel that we must give up everything that we've worked for in order for advocacy to work for us. And I'm going to tell you, no, that's not the answer. What I'm going to tell you this morning, and I want you all, to get out your pens and paper this morning. This is what I want you to do. I want you to write down 3 words this morning. And can somebody put it in the comments for me? Y'all do me that favor. Power, position, and purpose. Y'all like how I said that? I'm going to say it one more time. Power, position, and purpose. Those are 3 words that I want you to make sure you walk away from this today with. I want you to take this word power, position, and purpose. Those are the three words for you today, because we're going to talk about them. And all the advocacy that you're doing and every single way that you're doing it, right? You got to have power. You got to be in position and you got to have purpose. Before you start down this advocacy road, I want you to know what that is. And we're going to start number one with power. What's your power? What's your power? Ergo, what are you good at? What can you do? Y'all, I learned a long time ago, right? That my power is that I am able to change the atmosphere in the room. I am able to walk into a space or place and I'm able to calm a situation. And this is not a brag nor a boast, but if you must brag or boast, then you brag and you boast about it. But I want to say this. I didn't know that was my power. It's been my power since I was a kid that I'm able to come in. I'm able to let somebody have an experience. Now, I didn't know back then that that's what it was. You feel me? But I know now. I know that my power is that Titan can come into a space or place and Titan can calm it. Or Titan can get an understanding. Right? That's my power. So I'm going to take it back. My power is my spirit. My power is my energy. Y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. Knowing your power, knowing what you're good at, knowing what you do well, right? That's your power. And y'all, sometimes you don't have to say a whole lot. Y'all, sometimes I just show up. Titan, thank you for being here. You're welcome. How can I support? Hey, what's going on over here? Well, Titan, I'm having this over here on this day. Okay, cool. Well, let me be in the building. Right? What's your power? Your power may be that you're good in math and you can calculate and you know how to do a budget. Your power may be that you are quick on your feet. You recover fast. Right? Not you recover as in I'm not getting enough sleep and no, you recover fast and you're thinking, okay, y'all, this may not work, but I got a plan B and a plan C so I can recover fast. So if this goes wrong over here, y'all, I already got this set up over here. That may be your power. Your power may be like Mama Tana is to go up to the Capitol, right? And advocate for everybody that can't advocate for themselves. She called us her babies. Your power may be Aunt Sandy standing up in a room full of people and letting them know the grace of God. What's your power? Your power may be Ian L. Haddock forming the normal anomaly, being on Jennifer Hudson and being on the front of magazines and going across the seas to do what they need to do for community. That may be your power. Your power doesn't have to always be something that's over here shining bright up at the North Star. Your power could be that I am able to be down here with you and understand you and still support and serve. What's your power? You with me? Okay. All right, y'all. Okay, I'm coming. So what's your power? That's number one. And you will have to figure that out for yourself. What do you do well? How do you do it? How do you show up? Okay. Number two, your position. Your position. What position are you in? So I'm going to tell y'all something, and y'all please stay with me, because being the unconventional advocate, I had to understand that sometimes my position wasn't up where you could see me. It was down below where you couldn't see me. Sometimes my position was down in a ditch and covered in mud. Sometimes my position was me understanding what it's like to not know what's coming the next day. Sometimes my position is me being vocal about something, me understanding what that is, and me showing up and talking my ish. So your position can be anywhere. Anyhow, what's your position? You know what my position is? To be right where God put me. That's my position. My position is to make sure that while I'm in position, I know my ish. I know what I'm there for. My position is a position of understanding. Not everybody's going to be in the same position that I'm in. Not everybody's going to be along the same part of the journey that I'm on. My position is to learn and understand. My position is to make sure that I'm seen and I'm heard. That's my position. And y'all, I said all of that to say this, right? Your position doesn't have to be as defined. It's something that you're working on. It could be a work in progress. But if you have been in a space, a place, if you have curated a safe and brave space, if you have been a safe and brave space for others, then you're already in position. You just got to call it what it is. Y'all with me this morning? Position. What's your position? I'm gonna bring it all together in just a moment. Lastly, here's the coup de grace. This is it. Purpose. What's your purpose? Right? What is your purpose? And y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something because this is so simple to me, but I had to go through a lot of ish to get to this point in my life to understand what my purpose is, was, will be, could be, should be, and is. You feel me? What's my purpose? They said, Titan, what's your purpose? Right? And I said, you know what my purpose is? It's to be me. Yeah, I said it. I said it. To be me. To be me, to be who God made me, to be where the universe placed me. My purpose in this world is to be me. But y'all, here's the thing though. Here's the thing, because I found my power. I know what my power is. I know what position I am in, and I know what my purpose is, because if my purpose is to be me, I'm encompassing of all the advocacy that we talked about. I know the definition. I know who's in my community. I know how to serve and support. You with me? I know where I need to be. I know how to show up. It took some getting used to. It took some maneuvering, but my power, my position, and my purpose is to be me. And y'all, now that's a word. If God put you on this earth to do what you do, he put you on this earth to be you. Y'all, it's a thing. It's something that people say, oh, well, Titan, that doesn't make sense. That's not how it. Yes, indeed. Because if I'm going to advocate for others, how can I advocate for others if I can't advocate for myself? So I got to know my power, my position, and my purpose. I got to know it. And if I don't know it, then what am I really doing? Take care of self. Y'all, a lot of us are going at the advocacy, at the problem, the situation, the concern, and we are going at it because that's what we feel we must do. But one thing that's lost in this is you. If you don't know who you are, what you are, where you are, how you show up, if you don't know your power, your position, and your purpose, then what are you doing? What are you doing? Remember what I said, faith without work is dead. Prayer without work is dead. So that part right there, that faith and that prayer gonna go to the ceiling and back down to the floor. It ain't going nowhere out in the universe where it's supposed to be, because you are not doing what you need to do for self first. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. The unconventional advocate. The unconventional advocate. I was unconventional because I chose to fight for my community in ways that I didn't see before. I chose to be more of quality than of quantity. I chose to show up in the way that my community needed me to show up versus how I wanted to show up. But let me tell y'all something. I didn't know my power, my position, and my purpose. So when I was just showing up the way my community needed me to show up, right? My cup wasn't full. I was working on fumes. I must know, right? I must know my power, my position, and my purpose if I'm going to advocate for my community. I must know who's in my community. I must know how my community works. How do I support them? How do I serve them? Now, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. While y'all are doing that, while y'all are getting to know your power, your position, and your purpose, while you are figuring out who's in your community, while you are figuring out how to advocate for others, I want you to do three things. Hey, Alicia, good morning. She said, good morning, peeps. Loving the hair. Thank you so much. I want you to do three things. I know this morning is kind of packed, but I want you to do three things. This is what I want you to do. I want you to show up and show out. Right? That's what I want you to do. In whatever capacity that is, show up and show out. But if you're going to show up and show out, know your ish. Know what you're showing up and showing out for. Have your elevator pitch ready. Have your definition of what you're doing ready. Have your power, position, and purpose on deck. Right? And number three, y'all ready for number three? Y'all holding out? Number three, y'all look good and smell good. Let me tell y'all something. This is what I want you to know. You can show up and show out. You with me? You can show up and know the definition and know what they're advocating for. But if you're not looking good and smelling good, sometimes the message will be lost. And I know y'all are probably saying, well, Titan, that's kind of selfish, telling people that they can't say a message if they're not looking good and smelling good. Here's my thing. When I roll, I'm going to show up and I'm show out in the way that the Spirit says that I should. Number two, I'm going to know my ish. I'm never going to go somewhere if I can help it. Go somewhere and I don't know what the cause is. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what I'm doing here. And number three, I'm going to put on a little extra, right? And it could be a t-shirt and some jeans, but I'm going to look good and I'm going to smell good when I come through. And that's me. You feel me? Y'all, I'm going to look in the mirror. And if I look good in the mirror, then I'm rolling just like that. I'm not saying I'm looking good for everybody else. I'm saying Titan said, while I'm in the mirror, let me look good and then let me smell good. Y'all know I love cologne. I love fragrances. I love smelling good, right? Always. But people will tell you that you don't deserve to show up. You don't deserve to show up in your power, in your position, and your purpose, and then you look good. I'm not going to tell you that you can't look good in a t-shirt and some jeans or some cutoff shorts or some flip-flops. I'm saying whatever you feel looks good for you, that's how you roll. But don't you roll up in there not knowing what you're there for. Don't you roll up in there not knowing your ish, not being able to talk your game. Remember what I said. What do you do well? What's your power? What's your power? Okay, Keisha said that part. Who are you and who has brought you to the door? Yes, indeed. Power, position, and purpose. That part right there. Hey, beautifully. Hey, good morning. Beautifully embellished says, always do. You know I try. You know I try. Okay. Alicia said, yes, honey. Prayers and go with God. Shine bright. Indeed. Titan, say that again. Please in case they missed it. I got you. Not to mention when you look good, smell good, you feel good, your mood is good. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I'm not going to tell you anything that I don't know. I'm not going to tell you that, right? The thing is, this is what happens. We get to a point to where we say that we're looking at everybody else and what they're doing, right? And then here I come. I'm like a sore thumb. I stick out, right? That's by design. I'm going to say it again. I'm a sore thumb. I stick out. But that's by design because I'm different than everybody else. We all have our purpose. So then I went through all of this, not believing that I was God's child, not understanding that I deserve the peace and happiness, not understanding that I was a gift from God. I was not an abomination or any of these things. I went through all of that. I went through the thinking that it'll be good for me just to be gone and all of these things in order for me not to love the skin that I'm in order for me not to show up and be accounted for me not to do the work. To all of you advocates out there that are coming into this work, that are doing these things like this, I'm going to be real with you. The unconventional advocate is going to be real with you. It was not easy. It was not easy. I was standing back. I was in the back of the room. I was up in the nosebleed section and I was saying, hey, do y'all hear me? Hey, like y'all, I got a way that we can change that. We can do this. We can do that. No, Titan, that ain't working. Nobody was hearing me. Then I said, well, how do I get in? So I went to a couple of people, key people in the community, and I said, how do I get there? How do I get there? And they said, ba, 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 ba. I found a common denominator in asking that question. So I said, I'm going over here. Now, how do I apply? How do I make it happen? Then somebody said, oh, well, Titan, let me show you. This is where you go. This is what you do. Then Mama Tana said, hey, Titan, I think you would be great for this. Jordan Edwards said, hey, Titan, I think you would be great for this. Aunt Sandy said, hey, Titan, I think you would be great for this. Ian said, Kevin Anderson said, right? Like these are key people in the community, right? And so I said, oh, well, let me check. Vanita said, Titan, and y'all know she the OG. Titan, if you're going to do this, then you need to go over here and do that. We need you over here doing this. Dina said, Shadon said, Bathsheba Queen said, Stephen said, Tori said, right? This is where we have to understand, right? Yeah, I started building my community. I started showing up. Consistency was key. But I asked the questions and I listened, right? And I listened. And as I listened, I started taking down the notes. Hey, Titan, we having this. Come over here. Josh said that, right? Hey, Titan, we having this. Come over here. Y'all with me? My friends, those that are close to me. Judy, 3, Franklin, Sean, Queen, that's on here, right? Keisha, part of my community. Y'all with me? So when I start to show up, I said, okay, well, let me see where I need to go. But I couldn't go the regular route. So what do? I start my own podcast. I start going live. I started talking to the people. Because remember, I said, y'all, I know my power. I know I can do that. But what tables do I need to be at? And how do I get there? But first, I must be who God made me. But first, I must be me. First, I must understand how I show up in community. First, I must know my power, my position, and my purpose. Yeah, all of that was the same thing. I just broke it down a little bit, right? I got to know that first. Y'all, people will try and talk you out of your power, your position, and your purpose. They told me that I was the unconventional advocate. They told me that I wasn't going the right route. They told me that I can't do it this way because that's not going to work. Now, y'all, I'm not going to lie to you. It took a couple of years. However, I stand 10 toes down in who I am and what I am and how I show up. But I show up in my true, authentic self. And I'm going to do that. Will it be hard? Yes. Will there be another side to this? Yes. Will you make it through? Yes. But you got to be open and honest with yourself. I didn't like that. That's not what it is. Some people are going to invite you to a table, and that table is not for you. Don't be dismayed, right? That table is not for you. It's not for you. Some people are going to invite you to spaces and places where they are going to tell you that this is where you belong. And God, your spirit is going to say, no, 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 no. Nah, nah, nah. Titan, it may feel horrible, but you get up and you walk away. Because I see the future. My spirit told me no. Y'all know I'm obedient to the spirit. My spirit said, Titan, don't you go over there. But spirit, it looks good. It feels good. It tastes good, like a good old pork chop. Titan, don't you go over there. Don't you go over there because you're still in your healing process. You're still on your healing journey. And if you go over there and sit at that table, they're going to take you down. Okay, spirit. So what do? I want you to go over there. I want you to go stand over there by yourself and talk your ish. But spirit, ain't nobody over there. Ain't nobody going to come to this corner of the world. You know, ain't nobody checking for Titan. Titan, what did I tell you? Now, the spirit had to tell me 2 times in order for me to go over there for a third. You know what I mean? But what did I tell you, Titan? Okay. My spirit chastised me. What did I tell you? Because the first time I didn't go over there, I went over here where the spirit told me not to go. They hurt me. They harmed me. They treated me badly. You feel me? It wasn't for me. So I knew. The second time I said, Spirit, ain't nobody over there. It's cloudy over there. Look like it's going to rain. I don't know if I should go over there. Spirit said, Titan, go over there. Even though it's cloudy, look like it's going to rain. I need you over here. I need you over here, Titan. Go over there. I'm going over here. It's nice. It's sunny. I can stick my toes in the sand. And that's where I went. And it went from sugar to crap real quick. And then here I come back. Spirit said, Titan, I need you over here. I said, baby, Spirit, I didn't already pack the bag. You told me to go over here. I didn't already pack the bag. I didn't stood in this mirror. I didn't rehearsed, right? I'm looking good and I'm smelling good. And I'm finna go over there where you told me to go. And I went. And y'all, the first months and years was hard because I was trying to establish a foundation of who Titan was, what Titan's power was, what the position was, and the purpose was. And y'all, I believe this to be true. Everything happens in its time. Everything happens when it's supposed to. Yes, there may be a time that you may miss something, but what's for you is for you. And y'all heard me say the first time I didn't do it. The second time I didn't do it. But the third time I'm over here standing Over here, it's dark, look like it's gonna rain, but I'm over here talking my ish. I'm over here looking good and smelling good and making sure. The first time it didn't happen, nothing happened. I went back a second time, it didn't happen. I went back a third time, it didn't happen. But that fourth time that I went over there and stood and it was dark and it looked like it was raining, the sun peeped through the clouds. Didn't no rain come. But when that sun peeked through them clouds and said, okay, Titan, now you on the road. Now you on the road. You on the journey where I told you you should be. Y'all, I know I'm preaching just a little bit this morning, but y'all stay with me this morning because somebody needs to hear this. You are not lost. You are not out there just wandering around in the wilderness. There's a purpose. So anyways, that sun peeked through the clouds and that sun said, Titan, I need you to come over here. Come over here, because you couldn't see them on the clouds because the clouds was covering them up. But there's a multitude of people out here that need to see you standing in your position. You got your power. Now you're in your position. And now you on purpose. And now you on purpose. So y'all, when you go out here and you are advocating, and y'all, it ties in. Everything is connected. Oh, Lord. Somebody told me this morning, somebody said, Titan, oh, you talking good this morning. Well, let me talk on good on, right? Let me keep on talking. This is what we're doing this morning, right? Y'all, I wanted to stop all of what I'm doing. I wanted to let it go and be done. And this is for somebody out there because my spirit is telling me you are wanting to let it go. You are wanting to drop it. You have been over there where the spirit has told you to go 15 times and nothing has happened. Let me tell you something. If your spirit is saying for you to go over there, I need for you to know your power, be in position, and be on purpose. All before you leave the door, all before you go outside. I got to check in with myself. So y'all, I'm saying it this morning, okay? When you advocate, when you are being an advocate, you got to be an advocate for yourself first. God didn't put you on this earth by choice. You feel what I'm saying? God put you on this earth by purpose. You have a purpose. Y'all, I didn't understand that me being outside the box, being an unconventional advocate, I didn't understand that I had purpose. I didn't understand that this was made for me, right? The way I show up, I'm special in that way. I just had to tap into my own power, position, and purpose. On Saturday, I did this presentation, y'all. They asked me to come and do a presentation for this CAB, for this Community Advisory Board. And I was so honored that they asked me to talk about advocacy. And why? Because they saw me. I was in position with my power on purpose. I don't care if your creativity you think is small. I don't care if you feel that what you're doing is not purposeful or purpose-filled. I don't care if you think you are small beans to large potatoes. I don't know what that means. But what I want you to do is to know your power and understand that your power is great. Although a lot of people may not have been able to put eyes on your power and know what position you're in, it will come. But you must build it first. I thought being an unconventional advocate was derogatory. That just means that I'm outside the box and I'm doing the work in my way. One time somebody told me, well, Titan, you only have 3 people on your live. I don't even know why you're going live. That's what they said to me. Y'all, and it stuck with me for a long time. You know, because people say, if you just reach one person, and the people say, that ain't going to pay the bills, that ain't going to do that. But y'all, I want to say this. I wasn't looking for this to pay my bills. I was doing this because I felt good about it. I was doing this because I felt that I was on purpose. And this is what I was supposed to be doing. And I said, I'm going to give it up. I said, God, this is not working. I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel good. And then after woodwork, somebody says, Titan, you still doing the show? I love that. After woodwork, somebody says, good morning. After woodwork, they say, Titan in the morning. Skip it. After woodwork, one of my clients that I worked with while I was at an organization or two said, Titan, you saved me. Titan, thank you. Thank you for showing up the way that you show up. I was on the main stage at SOS and talking about being an ally to my trans sisters and brothers and people of trans experience. Y'all, you never know. And speaking of, hey, your man's first choice. Hey, Joel. And speaking of, me and Joel had a full circle moment. So the unconventional advocate, yes, it's not a derogatory term. I am unconventional, but that is not just flaking. That's by design. God didn't put me on this earth. God didn't put me in this space, in this place. My higher power didn't put me here. The universe didn't say, let's welcome Titan in just for play. My spirit guides me for real. And I'm obedient to it. You dang gone right, I'm unconventional. I don't ever want to do it the right way if the right way is going to be boring. Nobody's going to hear me. Nobody's going to see me. Nobody's going to understand me. I am going to vibe at such a frequency that it's unconventional. I'm going to vibe so hard that when I walk into a room, I'm telling you, I can change the atmosphere in my way. And that's what I do. And y'all, I can't tell you that it's the same exact thing for you, but you are unique in who you are and what you are. And if you are advocates, and if y'all are coming into this business, into this world, into this advocacy space, I need you to be true to who you are. Yes, take notes. Find the common denominator, right? But if you can do it in 5 steps and everybody else is taking 15, then you be outside the box and do it in 5. But just make sure that your foundation is strong. You know your power, you know your position, and you are on purpose. Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. When you lean into who you are, you will be in power. You will be in position, and you will always be on purpose. Okay, y'all, look. Let me tell y'all something. The unconventional advocate, people will tell you, you don't look like the next person. You don't sound like the next person. You don't do what the next person does. People will tell you, no, Titan, don't do it like this. No, do it like this. People will tell you, oh, nobody's going to hear that and understand that. I want you to vibe at such a frequency that you're unconventional. I want you to vibe the way God put you on this earth. Find your frequency like an old school radio. Find your frequency. Tune it up. Know your power. Know what position you are in. And then be on purpose. This will be the last thing, and then I'm going to get out of here today. I didn't even, oh, you know what? I didn't even do my commercials. Hold on. This is what I want to say to you. At first, you don't succeed, try again, right? But know how you show up. Know when it's time to let it go. Understand that not every single thing that you do is going to work like that. Be unconventional. Everything that has been, will be, could be, should be, has been unconventional. Somebody thought outside the box. There got to be an easier way. How can I do this? You know what I mean? Like, how can I make it different? I said this laying in that hospital bed. Something has to be different. You feel me? And then not only that, as I work at these organizations, I come across clients and patients, and then I say, y'all, yeah, no. That was old school how we did it. You feel what I'm saying? We can do it this way. Remember, I know somebody that knows somebody. We can do it this way. Okay, Titan. And then I stand on it and make sure. Hey, y'all, good morning to y'all. Good morning. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Gooey said, find God. Is that a statement or are you telling me to find God? Let me know. Hey, Sandra, good morning. Sandra said, good morning, Titan. Good morning to you. No. Indeed. And y'all, here's the thing. I don't have to conform to who you are or what you are or what society says I should be. I spent years trying to do that. You feel me? So if you're going to call me unconventional, call me unconventional. But God dang it, when I step into the room, I'm going to show you just how unconventional I am. Y'all, I can't stand up on the top of the mountain and preach down in the valleys because you can't hear me down there. You're not going to hear me good. I got to get to eye level with you. Let me come on down here. Y'all, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. And that's how we do that. And that's how we do that. Y'all with me this morning? I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I want to say this to you all this morning. The reason I'm doing this is because my community said that they are moving into this space and they want to make sure that they are good. They are scared about this space because things have happened to them, right? And I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say that it won't be that. Things are going to happen. You're human. In this world, things are going to happen. What I will say is this: leaving out that door, getting out that bed, going to spaces and places, know your power, know what you bring to the table, know what position you are in, and be on purpose. And your purpose is to be you. This is the last piece to this before we get out of here. Be open and honest with yourself. If it's not going to work, if that's not your ministry, put it down. Don't pick it up. If these people are not serving you, let them go. Don't let them reside in your space and live and run amok in your house and cause all kind of damage and confusion. Be honest with yourself where you are. It's a little ugly sometimes to turn the mirror to yourself and say, Titan. Titan say, now you knew you was wrong for that. Now you knew you should have never opened that door. Now you knew what they did the last time. But you're going to trust them again? Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. That's all I ever want to say. If there's any message that you get, you be honest with yourself, because when you are living for you, when you are doing what's right for you, when you feel that you belong here and there, you are on purpose. You are on purpose. Hey, Julia, good morning. Good morning to you. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead on and look, I'm gonna go ahead on and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and do these commercials real quick, and then I'm gonna come back. I gotta do them, y'all. I gotta do them. But this morning, y'all, we're talking about the unconventional advocate, right? You don't have to be conventional. You ain't got to do it like everybody else. But remember, every single thing in this world, right, that was made, that was comprehended, people going to the moon, people doing this, quantum equations, and all of this was done outside the box. Somebody had to think differently, be differently, and feel different in order for it to be done. That part, baby. Yes, we good in that. Hold on, let me go ahead on and play the commercial, and then we'll be back. All right, y'all. Y'all got me this morning? Okay. Look.
Please join host Titan Capri for Titan in the Morning on Bulletin Flight Radio. Your story, our station. My name is Titan Capri, and I would love to introduce you to the Titan Capri Experience merch. Have you been over to my shop to see all the wonderful items that I have for you? Let me tell you, I have the Titan in the Morning mugs, socks, tote bags, candles, and t-shirts. I even have a Titan Capri Experience insulated 40-ounce travel mug. Yes, I did say 40 ounces. So hop on over and check out all the goodies that I have for you. Also, if clicking the link is not for you, you can scan the QR code and it will take you to my TikTok shop where you can do all the shopping that you would love to do. Go on over and check me out for the link, the QR code, but either way, it will take you to the destination, which is my Titan Capri Experience shop. See you there.
All right, y'all, we back. Ooh, we back. I need y'all just to go on over, check out the shop. Hey, the Phillips, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Hey, y'all, good morning. Hey, Miss Martha, good morning. Good morning. Okay. Sandra said, God says, come as you are. Indeed. Queen said, being you is all that is required. And y'all, that's it. That's it. You ain't got to do nothing else but be who you are. But I want to tell you something. If you are getting into this work, if you are trying to become an advocate, advocating for whatever it is that you're advocating for, you need to know who you are in the beginning, right? That's where it starts. What's your power? What's your power? What you're able to do well. We're going to break it down like that. What's your position? What's your position? Where are you? Because I guarantee you, if you look around, check your surroundings, you're in position. And then number 3, your purpose. What's your purpose? Right? My purpose is to be me. Be me. Be who God made me to be where the universe played. Be me, showing up in my authentic self and understanding. Oh, I almost took my earring out. Understanding what I'm fighting for, right? Y'all, it starts with us. Hey, good morning, Paris. Good morning. Said hi, my love. Good morning to you. Get in. Needed to hear this before my B-Day. Okay, come through. I'm glad that you joined us. So, y'all, this is what we're talking about this morning. We're talking about being the unconventional advocate. I didn't think that I would be where I'm at today. And y'all, and let me say this, because I didn't think I'd be where I'm at today, right? But to some people looking from the outside in, right, they are looking at the fact that I'm really nowhere. I don't have a lot of followers. I don't have this. I don't have that and all of that. But y'all, this is what I'm saying. When you know your power, when you are in position and you know your purpose, you will be the unconventional advocate, because I couldn't come through the front door like everybody else. I had to go around to the back and rap a tap, tap, tap on the window. I had to go around on this side and make sure that I slid up under the garage door, because the garage door only had this much space in between. I had to do what I had to do in order to be that. So this is what I'm telling you. But in doing that, even though I went around the back and went up under and all the way, I was myself. I was who God made me to be. I knew my power. I was in position. And now I'm on purpose. Y'all with me? Hey, and good morning. Said good morning. Looking beautiful as ever. Thank you so much, Ann. I appreciate you. Let me throw a little Arctic wind on me. Ooh, I appreciate you. Okay. Paris said, when you be your authentic self, things meant for you follow. That part. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all already know what it is. Okay. Y'all already know what it is. What's for you is for you. Sometimes you might have to go around the block a couple of times in order to notice it. That's good. Paris said, when you, okay, I got you. Okay. Good morning to you. Good morning. Yes. God loves you, and so do I. Indeed, I appreciate that. And I appreciate Paris said a word. Okay, come on. That's what we're doing. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here this morning. But we were talking about the unconventional advocate. You know what I'm gonna do this morning? Hold on, y'all. Hold on, because we're gonna do this here before we get out of here. We're gonna push it on up. Then I'm gonna get out because y'all, I'm already at an hour and 30 minutes. Hold on. I know. Look, I know the guests going up, baby. We're doing it all in here on our own. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, all right. Here we go. I'm gonna move this chair out the way, and I'm gonna stand up with y'all this morning. Hold on, let me see if I got it. Do I have it? Y'all with me this morning? All right, I'm gonna stand back a little bit. I know y'all see it. My shirt say good morning. Good morning. All right, y'all. So I thank y'all so much. Look, and then here it comes. There you go. Okay, so y'all, this is what we're going to do this morning, right? We're going to leave out of here this morning, but I want to thank y'all for coming in and being with me this morning and talking about the unconventional advocate, right? Now, for those of you who want to be advocates, who are coming into this world, this field, and doing what you're doing, I just want you to be true to yourself, right? True to yourself. Know your power, know your position, and be on purpose. And if you want to know anything else, your purpose is to be you. Everything else will follow. Everything else will follow in. Now, will it be hard? Most definitely, because you're human and things are going to happen. Will it be worth it? Most definitely, it will be worth it. But make sure that you're the center of your joy. You're the center, right? And if you are doing right by who you are, if you are showing up and showing out, if you are knowing and talking your ish, and if you're looking good, and smelling good, baby, let me tell you. Okay, that part right there. Hey, Kendrick, good morning. Kendrick said, okay, that's what I'm talking about right there. Hey, Perry says, I'm showing up for myself now. And that's the part. Lucy Lou said, love it. Yes, indeed. Show up for yourself. Y'all, because I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all, the truth is, right? It will not work without you. So if you're going out here to make it work for somebody else and you're not making it work for yourself, it will not work without you. Know your ish. Be on your game. Look good and smell good. That's what you do. You feel me? That's what you do. Thank y'all so much for being here. So let me say this and I'm on my way out, y'all. I'm on my way out. Okay. Kendrick said, it will not work without you. That's the part. Y'all, I thought, I know I said I'm going. No, but I thought that if I did it for everybody else and I stayed out of it, that it would work. Did y'all hear what I said? If I did it for everybody else and stayed out of it, it would work. You know what my spirit said? My spirit said, Titan said, it's not going to work without you. I need you to go stand over there. Now, spirit, I did what I was supposed to do. You know, I set it up. I made sure. Titan said, Spirit said, go stand over there. Y'all saw me do it? Hold on. Go stand over there. Spirit said, go stand over there. And I said, no, I already done it. I set it up. It's for them. Spirit said, no, sir. No, sir. No. No, ma'am. No green eggs and ham. This is for you. And y'all hear me all the time when I'm on the show. I'm telling y'all, I always say my spirit said for me to say this, but this is for you, but it's also for me, right? It does not work without me. And my spirit kept telling me, and I kept saying, nah. I was being unconventional. You with me? Yeah, okay, that part right there. Look, we got, okay, y'all, I'm gonna get out here. So The Unconventional Advocate. I will take the actual title because what I do is unconventional. That's it. I wasn't put on this earth to walk the normal walk. I wasn't put on this earth to look the normal way. I wasn't put on. What is that, anyways? What is the normal way? But, anyways, I digress. So, look, I wasn't put on this earth for that. I was put on this earth to vibe at a frequency that shook up some things. And that's what I'm here to do. I've been waiting for my time. I've been looking for my time. I've been wanting my time. The Spirit said that your time was coming. And I said, well, when is it? And y'all, it's been 20 years that I've been living with HIV. When I started this work back in 2019, 2018, 2019, I had no idea I'd be where I'm at. Before I get out of here, this is the last piece to all of that. You are good right where you're at. If you don't have 500,000 followers, if you don't have the best English, if you don't know the correct grammar, if you don't know the big words, if you don't have the fancy clothes and the cars and the houses, you are right where you're supposed to be. Right where God placed. You are what you are supposed to be doing. So what I said was, oh, so God, you put me here to look different, to act different. You put me here so that I could cover this area over here and be down over here with them. That's what you did. You told me that I wasn't supposed to be on the rooftop. You told me I wasn't supposed to be up at the peak. You told me that my assignment, my advocacy was to be down in the ditch and covered in mud. And God dang it, that's where I'm going to be. That's where I'm going to be. I had to understand what my power was. I had to understand what my position is. Now, I know that I can go from covered in a ditch, down in a ditch and covered in mud. I know I can go up the side of the mountain. I know I can be up there and I can ring the bell. I know that I can get down and wobble when I need to. I know those things because I know my power. I know my position and I know my purpose. That's where I'm at. You be unconventional. Every single day of your life, you vibe at your unconventional frequency, and I don't care who don't like it, because if you are true to who you are, God didn't make a mistake. You are here on purpose. Okay? I love you right where you're at in this moment. You don't have to ask for it. You don't have to cover it. You don't have to return it with a receipt. I love you right where you're at in this moment. There's a constant in this world, which is love, but we need more of self-love. Love yourself right where you're at in this moment. God didn't make a mistake. You belong here. Okay? Look, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I thank y'all so much. Y'all get out of here, y'all. Y'all stop with all that playing. Stop with all that playing. Yes. Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. Okay, Kendrick, you better say that. Hashtag my frequency shakes things. Okay. That part. All right, y'all. Look, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all know what it is. Every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's Titan in the morning. Y'all do me a favor before we get out of here. TikTok, y'all tippity tap, 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 tap the middle of that screen. Let me know that y'all are in. Show me some thumbs up, gifts, whatever it is over there. Instagram, show me some thumbs up, some hearts, some love. YouTube, Facebook, Podbean, X, all the people everywhere, as T.S. Madison would say, all the people across the land. Y'all show me some thumbs up, show me some love. Like, follow, share, subscribe. All you got to do is put Titan Capri into your search engine, whatever that may be, and I guarantee you'll find me. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all for what y'all do for me, what y'all do with me, and how y'all let me come in and just be who I am. Okay? Until next time, y'all be good. Y'all be gravy. Y'all be good. Good morning. Y'all see it? Good morning. You can find it at the shop. Good morning. You can find it at the shop. Mm-hmm. You can find it at the shop. Mm-hmm. Good morning. Good morning to you. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I gotta go. I gotta go.
Hey, we had a good time, didn't we? We would like to thank you for tuning in today and thank you in advance for tuning in the future. If you would like to contact me for any questions, comments, and or concerns about the show, the community that I serve, and the advocacy work that I'm doing, please scan the QR code above or send an email directly to titan.capri@gmail.com. Now, if that doesn't work for you, just put Titan Capri in any search engine or bar, and I am sure that you will find it. Until next time, y'all be great.